Hi, I'm Fiona Bryan and I am Ask a Career Expert. A client of mine asked me if I could do a demo of how I do career coaching. She wanted to understand what were the building blocks that I used when I was coaching with people, and I thought that putting it into this kind of a pyramid so that you understand what are the building blocks that get you to where you want to go is probably the simplest way for me to describe what I do inside my brain when I'm talking to you as a client. The first building block, the very first foundational building block, is going to be what is your education. If you have a degree, it can be a 4-year degree, a 5-year degree, a basic degree, it doesn't even have to be necessarily in your field, that is going to be a huge building block. And that's why this is quite a large block in my pyramid. If you have say a community college degree or something like that, and it isn't necessarily going to be as important and as relative, so it doesn't necessarily give you that breadth. The next level is going to be technology. I'm going to date myself here when I say, do you remember when COBOL was really, really big? Well, if you had a lot of COBOL and you could fill in a very large box that allowed somebody to know that you had 5 years of COBOL, you probably had a pretty good career back 20 years ago. Unfortunately, C++ came along, and actually Java came along, and all of the new Python and things like that. So your third level is what technology, how much of the boxes, how big are the boxes, can you fill in to give you that second ring. The third one is which industries do you have experience in. Financial services is a big one. It's the banks, it's the insurance companies. So if you can fill in this box, you are very popular with all of the financial services sector. Do you remember when manufacturing, again, many years ago, it was big. If you had a manufacturing background, it was very big, but it shrunk. Now it is a very small sector, and there's not a lot of people that have been looking for manufacturing specialists. The next rung is, what role do you play in your career? How have you grown? How have you taken on new responsibility? Potentially you have some team leadership, and this allows you to go, again, up in an organization. Maybe you've moved from team leadership and being able to fill this in, and you've got several years of team leadership, and now you move into project management, and you are starting to fill this box in, and it's a big box. While you're doing this, probably you want to go down to something like your PMP certification, and you want to get that because it is a criteria for being able to go higher and more money in your project management sector. The next level is, what level do you actually get to? So if you want to be CEO of IBM or a very large corporation, you need to probably have an MBA at your disposal. You want to have taken the time to get this rung of education that gives you that really broad base and foundation so that you can compete with the thousands of other people who are starting to congregate at the top of this pyramid. And if you want to be the independent owner of a business or something, chances are you don't necessarily have to spend the money on the MBA because it isn't going to be your schooling that awards you clients and gets you business. It is going to be who you know, and what sector you're in. So this might not be an important piece if you know you really do want to own your own business as opposed to become the CEO of IBM or something like that. So how this works is you come out of school and you know not much, but as time goes on, you go up, you go over, you go up, you go over, you go up, you go over. You're always building up and over. So you want to have the relevance, what people are looking for. It changes with time. And your level should be able to go up as well, because as your relevance stays very impacting, you're going to start to find that ageism eventually hits us all. But if you're relevant, it won't matter. So always think of the relevance with respect to the time, and that's how you get the senior levels. So I'm Fiona Bryan, Ask a Career Expert. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of understanding so you can make the $150K or the $150 an hour kind of contract, and you can do it all the way through your 25+ year career. We're still working 25 to 30 years. So I'm Ask a Career Expert. Thanks.